This is Duke University.
My name's Kaidi. I'm an international student from China, and I'm double majoring in Arabic and International Comparative Studies with a concentration in the Middle East. And now I'm also thinking about taking a minor in religion. Right now, I'm taking a class on Syrian and Iraqi revolutions and another class with Professor McClarney on human rights in Islam. I really enjoy both classes, and I would say they're really complementary. For example, in human rights in Islam, we're reading a lot of literature and texts about those Islamic thinkers. For example, Sayyid, Qutb, Maududi. Their interpretation of the Quran are really essential to understanding the whole essence of Islam. In my Syrian Iraqi revolution class, we are reading a lot of literature and texts written by people who went to Iraq or who specialize in Middle Eastern politics about what's going on in Iraq and about Saddam's regime and what America had done. And that's a really fun class. I really enjoy all the discussions we had. I really enjoyed my classes with Ustaz Lo and Ustaz Habib, but if you are gonna do Arabic, you kind of have to take classes with these two professors, but I really enjoyed learning with them. Arabic is a lot of work, but it's definitely gonna be worth it, and I'm really glad I'm doing Arabic. Professors genuinely care about their students and they want to know you as an individual. I flunked professors and I would just randomly drop in during office hours, and I really enjoy the conversations with all my professors. I have a lot of respects for all of them. They're all so talented and they're all experts on the Middle Eastern politics or cultural field. I was an engineering major when I first came to Duke, and then I took a couple of engineering intro classes for the first week during the add-on job period. I was like, this is not what I want to do with my life. So I kind of started exploring different options. I have had friends from Middle East before, and I'm really interested in learning about a very exotic or unique language. That's how I kind of went to Ustaz Lo's elementary Arabic class. And it's kind of surprising. I loved my experience there. And then I just continued my Arabic study and decided, yes, this is what I want to do with my life. You still have a lot of time to decide on what you want to do with your major, with your life, whatever. Just take the time and explore all the different possibilities and to learn something you truly like. And it's really pathetic if you don't like something but have to be stuck in that class. There's also a Tumblr called Arabic Problems, and all of these are so true. They're photos and quotes posted by other students taking Arabic at a different university, but it's really interesting how our experience echo each other, and we just have like really similar experiences. I went to Duke Engage, Jordan, with a group of 11 other students, and we stayed in the city of Amman for 2 months and a half, living with a local family. I was really lucky to have this Jordanian family with an old couple in their 50s. And I really enjoyed the time spent in that house. I learned a lot about Jordanian people's lifestyle and the culture there. I worked in the Royal Botanic Garden right outside of Amman, and that was the first time I was working in the field. I used to be really afraid of going to the countryside, like having this rural area around me, but the Royal Botanic Garden, where it was located, was surprisingly beautiful. And I also got to work on these different projects, for example, collecting seeds, sorting them, and then making ceramics, pottery. Those are the opportunities I would never have if I haven't gone there. And also, we had so much fun as a group. I remember like we gathered together around fair in the middle of the desert and telling each other our stories. That was so much fun we had. If I'm not doing Arabic, I can't imagine how different my undergraduate experience would be. I'm really happy here as an Arabic major. So I took the ICS 195, the intro class to International Comparative Studies with Professor Francis Hassel. Even though that class was not necessarily focused on the Middle East, Professor Hassel is an expert in the field, and we learned a lot. Like a lot of the readings were focused on the Middle Eastern politics or the culture there. For example, we did readings on the global Islam, or how the IMF kind of got involved with Egyptian economy, but ended up not doing what it intended to do. And for my final project, I also work on a country study on Afghanistan. A lot of projects and readings in the class are evolved around Middle Eastern themes, so I think that's a really a good experience to have. And also Professor Hassel herself is an expert in the field. She's specializes in women's studies, in Middle Eastern politics and culture, so we really recommend students to take that class. For this entire semester, I have been working with my partner Haley, teaching English to this Iraqi family. It's a young couple in their 20s, and they're super sweet. So we would visit them twice a week. The time would vary from 5 to 10 hours. We had so much fun together, just doing cultural and language exchange. We would come up with different themes to talk about each week. For example, how do I order food in American or Arabic or Arab restaurant? Or how to say clothes name in Arabic? Or we will listen to sounds together and try to see if we can translate. So it was a really meaningful experience, not only in terms of enhancing language skills, because we don't learn as much colloquial Arabic in class. We mostly do that outside of class with these Iraqi people. But also in terms of cultural exchange, that's a very meaningful experience, and I'm really glad I did that.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.